Good Tuesday morning prospect. I apologize, if you would let me use that word, for not doing a blog yesterday. I got caught up in having to be the preacher. I was helping move some things so that the ladies who do the quilting could have a more secure place to store their goods, and ended up getting called to a hospital. Young man, Brandon Massey, who is only 20-ish, I think he's 22, is in the hospital and needs our prayers. And I say that, and I hope you can hear what I'm trying to say. I felt like the preacher again. It's not about me, but I get to bring the love of God to a hospital room. That's one of my goals. And I was allowed to do my job yesterday, and so it was a good day. And this morning, one of the first devotions I read was about using our talents and good stewardship. And I got to thinking about the parable of the talents. And it's told in many places, but I'm reading it from Matthew this morning. The kingdom of God will be like a man who went on a journey and called his servants and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents of money, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received the 5 talents went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. So also the one with 2 talents gained 2 more. But the man who had received 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned to settle accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 brought the other 5. Master, he said, you have entrusted me with 5. I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servants. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with the 2 talents also came. Master, he said, you've entrusted me with 2. See, I've gained 2 more. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many. Come, share your master's happiness. Then the man who had received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I knew that you were a hard man, harvesting where you had not sown and gathering where you had not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. Knowing that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed, you should have put my money on deposit with the bank, so when I returned I would have received it with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now, there are a couple of things that are actually amazing about that particular story, and I hadn't really realized it, because the very next parable is the parable of the sheep and the goats, where God is judging the nations. And there it's, excuse me, you feed the hungry and you clothe the naked and you visit those who are sick and in prison. God gives us talents of both money and talent. And It is not a competition to see who can return the largest return on investment. It is a situation where we are entrusted with a certain amount, and God expects us to use our gifts and our talents fully, whatever those might be. He does not ask me to be Elon Musk, and he doesn't ask you to be me. We are 2 weeks out now from Thanksgiving. I've only had a few people who have stepped up. I really do need some kind of accounting, because I'm going to have to go out and purchase what we don't have. I've had several people talk about bringing turkeys that need to be cooked, and I understand, and that's an acceptable thing. But I need to know who is going to provide what. Call Gloria, give her an accounting of what you're going to bring, and I will get for this weekend a list of what we need and who might want to bring what. I say that because, folks, this is an example of using our talents. God has entrusted us with a lot. We have been blessed beyond very many people in the history of the world, even the poorest amongst us. And God is not asking us to feed Atlanta, but He is asking us to look into our hearts and help our neighbors. So I'm asking you, church, as Christians, can you find it in your heart to reach out and help your neighbor? Prospect, I love you. God bless you. And I look forward to a very blessed Thanksgiving holiday.